also want to talk about like what his impact going to be in Philly, man. You know, because I think that I mean Philly got the better of the deal. You know what I mean, as far as that, because
for sure.
I don't know why they gave him up in the same conference. Number one, you know they're gonna send him to Philly. Then on top of that, you're gonna trade him for Paul George, who way past his prime. So
man,
I don't know
Paul
what that was.
George got traded for some stuff, man. Paul George got traded for Shea. Paul George got traded for all them picks. Paul George got traded for Jaylen Brown. But man, Paul George got traded for some people, man. You know what I'm saying? He got traded. That was part of the Shea trade when he went from OKC to the Clippers. When they gave up Shea and gave up all them picks to go with it.
I know.
Yeah, Paul George got traded for some stuff, man. He really did.
They use Paul George as like he currency, Jack.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they treat him like currency.
Right.
But, yeah, man, I know, like Clay, like you said, you saw the title, right? And I want to get into that. What this guy Colin Cowherd said about let me see about Jaylen Brown. I want y'all to listen to this. And
it's gotten so bad, the criticism for Boston, that now it feels like the spin is on, like the slander is on. And now they're kind of going after the man's character. So on a podcast, the Volume podcast with Colin Cowherd, they said that Jaylen Brown has a problem. It's a disease, they called it. One that I hadn't heard before.
2 NBA sources tonight, 2 people in the league, one an executive, one a scout, say that Jaylen Brown it's a disease. He suddenly thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he's in. I've worked with people in the media. It's really, you get into a really bad space. You make a lot of money. Suddenly you're absolutely sure. You don't want to listen to your bosses. You don't want to listen to consultants. You don't want to listen to teammates, and live streaming and throwing it out there. And it's just not a good space. It used to be nothing good happens after 3 a.m. Nothing good happens when pro athletes live stream.
You're too smart. Shut up and dribble.
Shut up. All right. So what do y'all think about that statement Colin Cowherd makes about Jaylen Brown? He characterizing it. First of all, like what young person don't think they know everything anyway, right? And then now, you know, and I don't want to let Colin Cowherd off the hook because, you know, he's in the media, and so what he say have a lot of impact. So when he come out there and say that Jaylen Brown has a disease, and the disease is that he think he's too smart for everybody, smartest person in the room. Like, what do y'all think about that?
Well, I mean, to me, he's going off somebody else's opinion and assessment of Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown is an intelligent brother, you know, but sometimes if you can rub people the wrong way, you know, they can flip that and, you know, make it seem like, you know, you think you the smartest and this, that, and the other. So, you know, to me, he's putting out in the ether a report based on somebody else's opinion of that man. But without a shadow of a doubt, that man is highly intelligent. Now, if he thinks he's the smartest person in the room, you know, that's crazy. You know, it's hard to say that, you know what I'm saying? But you don't become so intelligent and you don't carry yourself a certain way if you're not a person that is willing to listen and learn. And to me, Jaylen has learned a lot over his young life. You know, you can hear it when he talks, and you can hear how he carry himself. So, you know, but I don't know the gentleman. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think that's somebody's opinion about him.
And I think first of all, Clayton, everything you said, I agree with, brother. And I think Jaylen Brown is an intelligent brother, man. He come across like that. He's well spoken, and he seems to be thoughtful. He don't just be saying things just for shock value and things like that. Me, what kind of heard, man, with this guy, man, you got to consider the source, man. First of all, man, this guy say a lot of crazy things, man, and that's one of the reasons, man. I didn't kind of like check him out a little bit. I used to watch his show. Often, man, but he had some ridiculous takes, man. Just coming from him, I'm not surprised. And I think sometimes, I don't know if that's the case with Colin Cowherd this time, but sometimes, well, it was a part that he shares this thought with whoever supposedly told him this. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if it's totally made up and he tried to put it on somebody else saying it. And I think that's what he believes personally. But this guy, man, he says a lot of things, just like Mike said. He says a lot of things so people can tune in, you know what I'm saying, whether you agree or disagree. As long as you tune in and, you know what I mean, and comment and keep the things, you know what I mean, keep the algorithm going and things like that. And I say, man, as far as we all consider ourselves, you know what I'm saying, intelligent people, right? As long as that don't turn into arrogance, you know what I'm saying? As long as that don't turn into arrogance, man, I don't see a problem with somebody thinking that they got a reasonable amount of smarts, and you know what I'm saying, and they're articulate and things like that. They're a thoughtful thinker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, but it only rubs people the wrong way if they don't think they measure up, if they don't think they on that same level. You know what I'm saying? If I could go ahead and I felt as though, you know, a certain way, then I could go back and say, oh man, somebody told me Mike think he's smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me Clayton think he's smarter than everybody.
Right,
Man, because I'm dealing with any kind of inadequacies on my end. You feel what I'm saying? So man, you know, that guy Colin Cowherd, man, that guy, man.
So
I would say this though, Mike. I will say this though. The podcasting aspect of it. And that surprised me a little bit with Jaylen Brown, just because of the way he carry himself. He don't strike me. This seems like a little contradiction to how he was brought up and how he approached things and stuff like that, to jump on the podcast and be saying a lot of things he's saying, you know. So that aspect of it, you know, it was a little, it take me back a little bit. You know, I wouldn't expect him to be a guy operating in that space like he's doing, but he's trying to control the narrative. Go ahead.
The reason why Jaylen Brown said he got on and started doing podcasts, because at first that was his thing, was to ignore like the noise and stuff like that. And so to demonstrate on the court with his let his play do this, you know, do the speaking for him. But now he taking a different approach. He's pushing back on some of the false narratives, and he's fighting them. He's fighting fire with fire, basically, right? So that's his approach now, right? But even though he's fighting fire with fire, he still is because he's articulate and intelligent. He's still, you know, he's not somebody who's just speaking out of turn or don't know how to articulate himself. So he's still winning at that aspect, right? So let me play. Go ahead. Real quick.
His level of intelligence, though, to me, he's so intelligent that he's got to know that trying to reshape the narrative and all that kind of stuff, it's not beneficial, because regardless of what, like, he was doing great when he was just blocking out the noise and letting who he is speak for itself. But to jump into this kind of thing, to me, he's too intelligent to think it's going to really make a difference.
Well, let me piggyback on Mike's point, Clayton, for just a minute. I agree with Mike in the sense that, like, man, sometimes I gotta go to their field. I gotta go to their field and level it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like man, like you say, him just playing ball and stuff at one particular time, you know what I mean, one day and age, that's all that would have mattered. But everybody now has a voice. You know what I'm saying? On these platforms, everybody has an opinion. So I think he did that to kind of like try to, you know what I mean, leverage the playing field a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Do y'all think with him doing this, he's actually leveling the playing field in any way?
Well,
or is everything staying the same status quo?
I think when you fight back the way you fight back, you put, and I got something that I want to play that he said.
Okay.
That he also said though. But when you do that, you push back, you expose people like Colin Cowherd, you expose people like Stephen A. Smith. And so now you put them on a defensive, like, all right, so you said this about this guy. Now, you know what I mean? Now you have to start, you got to prove some of what you say. You just can't make blanket statements. I had a source that said that Jaylen Brown got a disease. Who is your source? Or is this your opinion? Like, and so let me go ahead and play some of what Jaylen Brown, because this don't sound like somebody who has a disease, right?
Well, you don't have no disease.
I'm gonna earn everything. Look, I don't need no special treatment, no internal. Not to say that they was gonna do that anyway, but no internal politics, no special treatment, no favoritism, and all that stuff. This nonsense. Just throw the ball up. and let's get it. We work together. We win as a team. We lose as a team. We work together. I'm locked in step with Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse is a hell of a coach. Played against him a bunch of times. He makes great adjustments and stuff like that. They just beat us. So I experienced it. So I'm gonna earn every.
All right, so he's saying right there, like everything, that was his approach at first, right? I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna just do what I do, and no internal politics. I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean? Just give me what I earn, right? And so, and then he also give Nick Nurse his flowers, like, all right, you know what I mean? I played against Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse now is with the Sixers, right? And he acknowledged that Nick Nurse make great in-game decisions, and he give him his flowers as far as being a good coach, right? So that right there to me just proves that he don't, you know what I mean? Like he just want to earn what he get, but he don't want no special privileges.
And I love this for him because he's always had a chip on his shoulder. And this puts a bigger chip on his shoulder. So I love that for him. We're going to get great basketball out of him, barring injury, right? But going back to the point of these guys, you know, trying to have to reveal their source and stuff, they never will.
No.
And also they have their own fan base. And people that buy into the things they report, like a Stephen A or a Colin or whatever, people are going to buy into that, and you're not going to move them off that, because once you buy into something, you create a bias. You have this bias, and all you're going to keep looking for is confirmation to your bias. So whatever they come out and say against Jaylen, people that support them are going to keep, you know, fueling that fire. You know what I'm saying? And then people that don't ride with him won't. So to me, regardless of what he says, he's never going to sway opinions of people that buy into that shit, like that buy into what the media is saying.
No, that's true. That's facts. That's facts. But I think what you get the Jaylen Brown's fans. That's such as myself. You get fans like, get out there in front of some things, shoot it down. You know what I mean? Prove it to be nonsense or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, listen, I'm not necessarily competing with them for space or anything like that. But I just want to put what they're saying is not factual. It's not true. This is what the real deal is. This is who the real me is. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like Mike say, I'm exposing Cowherd and Stephen A. and all them other guys.
Now they diehards gonna be they diehard.
Yeah, you can't expose.
Gonna be they diehard.
Well, let me counter that. Let me push back on the exposing aspect of it, right? Because like before you had all these cell phones and you had these cameras on people's phones, right? Or people had access to a lot of cameras. Remember the Rodney King case, right? Well, you know, before Rodney King, they showed Rodney King on camera getting beat up by those police officers, right? But before that incident, people say, you know, the police would do this and the police would do that. Wasn't no proof. And people was like, well, I don't believe, you know what I mean? He must have did something. I don't believe it. Or they gave every excuse not to believe, you know, the community, right? So now you have people have access to their own platform. And I think it's good because you do get to point out, and you do get to point out how Stephen A. Smith is biased, how Colin Cowherd, you know, is biased. And these guys, I think it'll kind of level the field, because now they know if they put some information out there that's just bogus, it's just too many other platforms. And if you're a platform and you are honest and you're a straightforward type platform and you competing for views and the audience, you can beat a platform like that because people see you as more credible.
Well, let me ask you guys this. If Jaylen never came out and said any of these things, right? Would you guys think that he was like that regardless, even if he never said nothing?
No, but
you guys already have an opinion about what your eyes show you, some of the things he said, right?
That's
so
true.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm like, know, I wouldn't even, I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't even play that game with them. I would just, because his game and everything this is why I don't give media and people that rank players and all this kind of stuff, I don't give that any credence.
That's right.
Because here you got a guy that's never been on the all defensive team, which he should have.
Mhm.
You got a guy that should have been on the Olympic team, you know, which he should have. You got a guy that should be first team all NBA, but you got these media types that's giving you these rankings and telling you who these guys are when you can see for yourself. It's bogus. It's agenda. It's all based on agendas and politics and all that. So to me, like, I hear you. It's great in theory that you can balance and expose these guys, but you really can't expose these guys because they got such a machine behind them. They'll just keep going deeper and deeper with it, you know, and keep making up things and saying a unanimous source.
Right. And that's the thing, Clayton. We won't look at Jaylen any different, but I think casuals, you understand? I think they would still keep if he hadn't came out with it. They'd just say whatever those the media personalities like Stephen A. Colin Cowherd, Jason Whitlock, they would think whatever they saying is gospel. If he wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Now we wouldn't, but a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, who don't give it that much time, they just look at Stephen A. and say whatever he say is true. Oh, that must be true. You know what I'm saying? That must be true about what he said about Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean?
And they still will, even with Jaylen Brown talking. Because what happens is he came out and spoke, and then here goes Stephen A. on his show, run these clips that this is what I said about him. When did I say this? When did I say that? You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah, and you talk about that other thing real quick, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you. Man, this analytics thing. I don't know if y'all saw this. This analytics thing said that Jaylen Brown, who was the MVP of the finals when they won, there it is, Clay. That he was the MVP of the finals when they won. You know what I'm saying? Was the best player on their team this year. Proved that he could carry that team when Jason Tatum was out. That he was the 7th best player on the team.
On the Celtics.
The 7th best player. So it was 6 dudes better than him. So you got the 5 dudes that's on the court and one on the bench.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That was better than Jaylen. Man, that stuff is garbage, man.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
Man, that is garbage, man.
That's ridiculous,
man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me play something else. This right here is Jaylen Brown. He's calling out Stephen A. Smith and you know, so-called anonymous sources.
We got to stop with the anonymous sources, chat. Like, I'm tired of these damn anonymous sources. He's like anonymous executive, anonymous source, Colin Cowherd, Bobby Marks, Stephen A. Smith. Anonymous sources is saying anything. I think y'all are the sources. And if not, y'all shouldn't even say it. If it's something that's this ridiculous. We got to stop. Like, at one point, this is a part of the reason why I started streaming in the first place, because they use anonymous sources to hide behind how they actually feel, or to hide behind things that could be controversial, or to hide behind things that are, you know, are examples of bigotry. We got to stop with.
Yeah. So, you know, and like I said, I'm not mad at him for trying to point, you know, to expose these guys and put them in the hot seat, because that's what they do for a living. They, you know, Stephen A. Smith have been doing this, putting people in the hot seat, calling people out, and a lot of times unjustifiably, right? But we have to remember, like, this is opinion-based media. This is not fact-based media. This is opinion-based media, right? And so, you know, if it's opinion-based and then, you know, their opinions prove to be wrong, then you should be able to call them out. You know what I mean? You definitely should be able to call them out. And as far as, like, what the anonymous sources, like you said, Clay, they're not going to divulge or say who their anonymous sources are, right? And then they're going to use that to hide back. So, and I'm not even concerned about who the anonymous sources are. So, but if you repeat something and it's not true, then you should be the one who, you know, you carry that burden. I'm not even concerned about whoever the anonymous source is. So you can say, you know, I don't know.
Look how easy it is to hide behind that, though. Look how easy it is to say it's an anonymous source that told me this, but it's really my personal opinion or feelings about something. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine. And I'm gonna tell you, going to that dude Stephen A. Man, when Kwame Brown got his platform and started being able to punch back, When he got his platform and was able to send bombs back at Stephen A. Stephen A. His whole narrative kind of like changed, kind of switched up.
Over time, yeah.
Right. Yeah, because
Over time,
Kwame developed a following. He got a big fan base. He got a popular podcast. Now he want to say he apologized and things like that. That's kind of like even the playing field. I know Jaylen Brown won't get to that point because he's a full-time NBA player. So he won't get to that point right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of stuff they hide behind this anonymous source. And Stephen A., man, listen to me with that. You don't want me to say what I really know. If you're a reporter, you're a journalist, report it. Don't threaten somebody to be a reporter. Don't threaten somebody to be a journalist. Do your job. If that's what you got, something to report it. Don't step into these veiled threats. Oh, you really don't want me to say what I know? Say it. Say it.
Right. And I will say this. For a person like Stephen A., like Kyle Hurd and some of them guys know. But for Stephen A., he's such an egomaniac that it can work for him. Like this Kwame thing, you're right. That was a great campaign. And what you do is you get the volume turned up because Stephen A. already got a lot of people out there that don't ride with him. And you got a lot of content creators out there throwing darts at him. So he's concerned with that. He's so concerned with that. And it works for somebody like that. That's full of themselves.
Why do you think, though, with the platform he had, the following that he had, the platform that he had, Stephen A. I'm talking about, why do you think he's so concerned with that?
Let me tell you why it works against Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith is seen as somebody who is like a trader and a turncoat, right? And so when you make the decision to choose money and to choose to be up under the thumb of the man, so to speak, right? And you choose that, you can't go back to your community. You turned your back on your community. So now the pressure is on you to be able to maintain and make sure that the people that you cater to, you got to keep them happy. Because you can't go back to your base because you burnt that bridge.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like if you take Cal Hurd, for example, Cal Hurd, and I use a lot of other people as examples, or what's the guy name? The chubby white guy that's on there, on there that's supposed to be a LeBron expert. What is his name?
Windhurst.
Windhurst, right? Yeah, Windhurst.
Yeah.
Right. So Windhurst, every time it's something that is legitimate, that is to be, they allow him to report that because they want his credibility to remain intact. And I think it's by choice. You understand that if ESPN was to get mad at Stephen A. Smith and cut him loose, he don't have his credibility. That's it. He can't go back because he burnt that bridge. Windhurst and all those other guys, they don't make all these outrageous like claims and all that stuff. If it's something accurate to be reported, breaking news, and Windhurst, he got the inside. But when the circus act and everything that's nonsense, we're gonna allow Stephen A. Smith, we're gonna allow Perkins them to report that. And now we got them by the short and curlies now, because if they try to go straight, if they try to if they want to turn the corner on it, they can't, because they so deep in as far as destroying they locked in. Exactly.
But to your point, Tom, why it can work for Stephen A., because you can see him now trying to make his way back to the community by putting Cameron on rappers, putting all these black folks on. He's trying to come back. And the reason it works on him is because he's insecure. A person that egotistical is normally, and it has that narcissistic personality disorder like he has, a lot of times that stems from having a real insecurity issue from youth. So he's very insecure about how he's perceived, especially about in his own community and things like that. So that tactic that Kwame employed stuff like that, it can have him apologize.
I never looked at it because I don't watch the show. So I forgot. But I knew Cameron would make little appearance on the show. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And then he's making his rounds on all these other content joints. You know, he might sit with Matt Barnes and them. He want to portray himself. He's still down, but he's this, that, and the other. Right. He's very, 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 very insecure. Very.
Right.
He understands.
When he have his ass on there, man. If I was Matt Barnes and Stephen J, I wouldn't have his ass on.
Oh, it's rated.
I just think it's rated. And then just keep this in mind. Remember, Pat McAfee had LeBron James on his podcast, right?
Yeah.
And LeBron James is somebody who will not sit down with Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
So just imagine if you the number one guy at ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, you the number one guy at ESPN, and you can't get the biggest athlete in basketball to sit down with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now he goes to Pat McAfee. He opens up to Pat McAfee.
Right.
And you have a lot of other basketball players and other athletes who will not, you know what I mean, sit down with Stephen A. Smith. Now, what leverage, like what can you do with the network besides this buffoonery, you know what I mean, to make sure that your spot is secure with them?
And that's basketball, football, retired players, current players. You're right, Mike. You're right. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
He basically, when Stephen A. Smith, he's just a reaction channel. Because you know what I mean? You don't have the respect of the athlete. You know what I mean? These guys not going to come in there and sit down with you because nobody trusts you.
Because T.O. said if he saw him out in Colorado, you know what I mean, out there with Dion, he was going to whip his ass. You know what I mean? It was on sight. Yeah. Keep that same energy when you see me. Yeah, I'm going to fuck you up.
And Stephen A. actually is losing his grip on the network as well because he would always tote this, we number one, but that's not the case anymore. Right now, I think PTI is number one now, average viewership. And then what comes behind that is it's another show. Sports Center. Oh, believe it or not, Sports Center.
Yeah.
Sports Center now is number 2. And then First Take. And then you got Get Up and Pat McAfee right on his wheels. So
that's why they talking about Pat McAfee and what's my man, Destroy Colonialism. Pat McAfee they talking about giving him more money now, right?
$60 million a year.
Yeah, so
he already getting the grip though, ain't he? Pat McAfee already getting the grip, man.
Stephen A. went past him.
Yeah,
he came in and got that big money. They gave Stephen 20. They talk about giving Pat 60 a year.
Yeah.
So yes.
God, because he got a big following. And Mike, you told me about that. I didn't know Pat McAfee had a following like that. You the one told me. You put me up on that. As Pat McAfee, I didn't know he had a following like that, man. Yeah, he got a huge following, man. Yeah.
So the difference between Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith, though, Pat McAfee is self-made. He built his platform and then went to ESPN. He built his platform, his following, and then he carried that program over to ESPN.
Right.
Whereas ESPN built Stephen A. Smith, right?
Yes.
And so if they build you, they can destroy you because now everything you have is connected. You know what I mean? Is under them.
Because like I said, Pat McAfee can leave and take everything with him. You know what I mean? Take with him. He can leave and take it with him. Yeah, you're right.
A large part of his audience is the digital audience. But I like this comment, what this person said. And that's the difference. Pat McAfee caters to the athletes, and that's true. That is so true. He caters to them. He ain't out there trying to, attack and get into beef and all. He ain't doing all that.
And then, like I say, with the threats, man, and then like T.O. said years ago, Stephen A. act like he is an athlete. He behaves like he's one of them. He walks around like he's a LeBron, like he's Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? He walks around like that. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, it only makes sense to cater to the athlete because those are the ones that's the people want to hear about the athletes.
Right? Yes.
So why would you burn bridges with athletes?
Yes.
And now, so if Stephen A. Smith was to separate from ESPN, he'll have a hard time getting anybody on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be a hard time getting anybody. People want to hear from athletes. man.
Well, he got a lot of friends though. So he can always get those celebrities he cozy up with because they come on his little digital platform. So he can get people like that. But Pat McAfee was an athlete. He was an athlete. So he understands everything that goes into it, getting to that level. So he will never diminish anybody. Never. Because it's hard just to get there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, exactly. And so my man Destroy Colonialism says that but Pat McAfee but fans like Pat McAfee because he's not media controlled and he's what the kids call unhinged and he's funny as hell. And
he is fun.
I mean when if you can be yourself and relate to the people and instead of making threats about you don't want me to report this and you don't want me to report that. I mean, this dude just remind me of Hotman Bob, man. Like, show him the gun line, boss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Tell him about the gun line.
Right. Report it. You know what I'm saying? You got something report it.
Right. Yeah. Tell him about the gun line, boss.
Right.
So
we got a couple of New York cities here, boss. We got some New York cities here.
Yeah, man. So
that's who he is too. That's exactly who he is.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Listen, and another thing, man. Stephen A. And with Pat, and even Mike Wellborn and some of them guys, they don't come out and be like, this person is a scrub. He can't play. He's trash. You don't get that. You know what I'm saying? This guy ain't never played ball in his life, probably. And he calling people sorry and scrubs and this, that, and the other. But Pat McAfee, like some guys, they understand how much it takes to get there. That ain't no easy feat, man. You got to be able to do something.
Right.
You know, so that's the thing. That's why I root for those that get. That's why I root for those that get dragged.
Because I like Mike Wilborn, and I'm probably one of the few people who still watch Pardon the Interruption, man. That's my show, right?
Yeah.
Interruption with him and Kornheiser, right? I love them guys. And you would never, I'm just talking about players. They would never, some of the things that that like Stephen A. said, you could never even imagine Mike Wilborn saying. Mike Wilborn been around for a minute. You never imagine he got such respect, and the way he carries himself, man, demands that type of respect. And you would never, hear him out of line talking, you know what I'm saying, about these professional athletes, man. You'll never hear him talking like that.
Man, the work they put in.
Yeah. Then he want to take it all, man. I'm from the street and all that. Man, listen, man. Listen.
Oh, boy.
Listen, man. You know what I mean? What does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? That's you don't tell T.O. and KD, oh, man, I'm from the street. What does that matter if I see you?
This dude sitting on TV with a pink suit on talking about he from the street, man.
Man.
See, this is one of the great misnomers. If you come from a certain area, neighborhood, city, or whatever, that automatically means that you something. And that's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? Your DNA dictates your toughness and how you are. The environment don't. So you can come from Queens, New York, or you can come from East Baltimore. Don't matter. If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. You know what I'm saying? But he always told that I'm from Queens, New York, and all that nonsense, man. This stuff is crazy.
Yeah. So So look, let's talk about though the impact of Jaylen Brown though. I think, man, I like him in Philly with Tyrese Maxey. I hope that Joel Embiid can be healthy. You know what I mean? This is a nice team inside and out. You got and you're not even gonna have to put a whole lot of miles on Joel Embiid, man. With them two young horses out there, and both of them play defense, man. Oh man, I dig this right here.
I put them. Look, in the Eastern Conference, how things stand now. In the Eastern Conference, how things stand now, I put them right behind the Knicks, only because the Knicks are the defending champs. I put them right there in that 2 spot. I put them ahead of Boston, You know what I'm saying? I put them ahead of Miami. You know, if everything stays the way it is, you know what I mean? Miami can still make moves. Boston, if they can make moves too, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about as of right now, today, I put them number 2 behind the Knicks only because the Knicks just won. And Jim Dolan already said, man, he not gonna go. He ain't gonna enter that second apron, man. So he might be making moves to some of that salary. You know what I'm saying? To trim some of that salary in New York because he don't want to pay that luxury tax for that second apron, man. So there's still some stuff that can happen. You know what I mean? Forward.
Also, it also depends on how fast the chemistry build. It's gonna take some time for them to build chemistry with each other. But if they catch fire and they build that chemistry, second half of the season, 76 is gonna be serious.
What's the biggest thing as far as chemistry? What you think the biggest adjustment is gonna have to be for us chemistry?
For the Sixers?
For Philly.
Just the communication, knowing where each other's at, knowing how people like where they like the ball, the sweet spots, how they, defense, stuff like that. Just communication and stuff.
You know what I think the biggest one is? Embiid has to understand that he's not the number one. You know what? Embiid has to understand that he's not the number one or the number 2. You know what I'm saying? I think he got to fall into that third option, man, but he has to do it willingly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure if Jaylen Brown and them, I'm not sure if they even going to approach it like that. They might they might play inside out.
They might. No. I'm not saying they're going to be like Embiid, especially Jaylen Brown, because he the new. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's going to come in like, man, I'm the man. I just think for them to be successful, that's how it's going to have to be the pecking order. You know what I mean?
Man, what's good?
What's up, man?
What's
going on, gentlemen? What's going on? How you guys doing today?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. Hey, y'all talking about that Philly thing, huh?
Yeah.
So
hey.
What you got to say, man?
Yeah, I agree to say I'm more concerned of how Maxey is going to mix with Brown. That's what I'm more concerned with right there.
Yeah. So what my man Destroy Colonialism said, Philly has too many dominant ball handlers and not distributors, right? And so I don't know what y'all think about
With all due respect to that comment, Jaylen just came from Boston playing with Tatum. They both are ball handlers. So if anybody knows how to play with somebody that needs the ball in their hand, it's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna take nothing away from Maxey.
I don't think so. Let me see. I don't think so. But remember, they had I like that guard they had up there in Pritchard, right? I like the point guard that they had in Boston. I don't know that they had, but I do agree that they're going to be because Jaylen Brown played defense. I think on the offensive end, that's where it's going to take a little bit of time for them to gel on that offensive end. But they play defense. I think that's what's going to save them. So yeah. I mean,
when they won the title, it was Drew Holiday, right? There, right? Right?
No.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew's there. Yeah.
Tatum, Brown, White, all them guys. Like I said, and Brown stood out. He shined. He was clearly the best player on the floor. So, like I said, I don't think other guys needing the ball or needing shots and touches. I don't necessarily think that's going to affect Jaylen at all. I just don't. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think it was a mistake, though, for Boston to get rid of Brown, though?
Absolutely.
Yeah. For the stick of bubble gum, for they give up for him? Hell yeah. What the hell was that? Paul George?
Yeah.
Come on now. That's just...
I don't know what that was all about, but look.
Paul George now. Is Paul George, what, 35, 36?
36.
36.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to this, though. What's that show? Oh, Get Up. I'm going to play what they said on Get Up about this trade.
Just to make sure that what you said doesn't go.
If you're making a choice,
what you're saying is you would choose Brown over Tatum if they have to choose.
You would keep Jaylen Brown. If you have to break it up, it's Tatum that be the guy that you would want to trade, not Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a guy that's talking his way out of there, but I don't think he wants out of there. I wouldn't break them up, though. If you want out of Boston and all that money, you're going to regret it when your career's over. But if you had to make a choice, if you're Brad Stevens, you're like, look, I got to make a choice between the two. Jaylen Brown's the guy I'm keeping.
Just going to make sure that.
That's, you know what I mean? And that's why I don't understand how they let this guy go. You know what I mean? Yeah, Boston effed up bad. They effed up bad.
And Jaylen Brown don't strike me as the type of player, even if he's unhappy, he's going to go on the court and give half-ass results or half-ass effort. I think just like that clip you played, throw the ball up, man. We're going to ball. After the game, I can be mad. I ain't talking to nobody, but when that game starts in 48 minutes, he going to go hard. You know what I'm saying? So
right. What I'm thinking of, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't think this situation is a basketball matter. I think it's really something about management and attitude and who's liking who, because Jaylen Brown is a baller. He makes your team better. He can go anywhere else and make that team better. But the Celtics have been shopping him for the last 3 years.
Yep.
They've been shopping this dude for the last 3 years. No matter what this dude do, they still shop him beginning of every year.
Yep.
So I think it's personal. I think somewhere in management just don't like him.
Yeah,
I think it's having those. I think it's having those 2 max contracts on the books. Be honest with you, because no matter what you do for Tatum, you got to do for Brown. And I think at some point they wanted to get rid of that dynamic.
Yes.
But Boston does that though. They keep they do that. I mean, like I said, I don't even think it was money. I just think somewhere down the line it was personal.
I do. I just think it's money.
You think it's money?
Yeah, because at some point you come to the fork in the road, you gotta re-sign, extend, and all that. I just think they're trying to get something for him now. I just don't think they want those 2 max contracts on the books like that. They did it and it paid off, but now they're trying to get out of that.
That's what I'm about to say, Clay. You know what I'm saying? They got their chip. Now they're like, we do a little discount now. But no, that's a good point. But I agree with Mando, Clayton and Mike. I think it might have been a little bit more personal. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the finances always tie in. The finances are all, and that speaks loud. But I think it might have been a little personal thing where they, you know what I mean? And Tatum. Now let me ask you this. I heard this on the show. Do y'all put anything on Tatum not saying anything? I mean, even say, man, no, that's my teammate. I want him here. Do y'all put anything on that?
No, not really. And I mean, if Tatum was serious about, you know what I mean, like keep running it back and keep, you know what I mean, then he would, but if he don't want to speak up, I don't say he have to speak up. But I mean, if you trying to set a legacy, you be like, man, this guy is important. Like it'll be good for them to stand, shoulder to shoulder, right? But
well, if he says something, hold up, Clay, real quick. If he says something, do you think they still trade him?
Well, I mean, it depends on how serious he is. Like, look, man, if my guy go, I go. You know what I mean? Like Mike was with Phil Jackson and all. You know what I mean? Like Mike, they say was loyal to a fault. Because why? Because Mike knew that it was imperative that he had certain people on that team in order for them to win, right? So if you trying to set a legacy and what New York, you just seen what New York just did. Right. You know what I mean? If I'm Tatum, I know how important he is to the team and how important he is to me personally, because there's a lot of, if Tatum don't show up next year and he don't play up to expectations, then people will be like, man, see, I told you.
Out of pressure.
You know what I mean? I told you.
The wrong one, right? They traded the wrong one. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I'm not going to say anything about him not saying nothing publicly right now because the season is over. So when the season starts and then you got to do these interviews and stuff and they ask him about it, I believe he will have a comment to say. Now, as far as Brad Stevens and them taking players' input, I'm not so sure if that's what they do, because we already complimented other GMs that didn't really listen to players and they orchestrated the teams based on what was best for the team. So even if Jason may have said something, but it just might not have been to any avail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could have said something. He could have said something.
I don't know if he said anything.
Right. But you got to look at it this way, too, though. If he does come out with a comment either for or against, whichever way the season goes, it's going to make him look even great or worse. So by him not saying nothing, keeps him neutral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It keeps him neutral in the situation. So it's like, why should I share my opinion where you could crucify me if I'm right or if I'm wrong? But if I don't say nothing, you can't say nothing. You have to now focus. Yeah, you now have to focus on my game and me coming back from my injury and how I'm playing with that. So all that other factors, what I'm talking about, just shouldn't matter no more.
Yeah, but man, that comes with being the leader of a franchise, though. That comes with being the face of the franchise. That's you got to stand out there and take the hits.
But sometimes being the leader of the franchise also means shutting your mouth.
Yep.
Well, because when sometimes when you're the leader of the franchise and the franchise make a decision and you go against them, that may cost you as well.
Well, that guy in the chat said that Jason Tatum posted a statement. Ask that guy what did he post?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I mean he could if he know what Tatum but see
posted. Yeah.
Sometimes if you don't say nothing, that's like almost like going along with it. You know what I mean? If you don't say anything at all, it's like, all right, man, y'all just do, So
yeah,
I don't hold it against Tatum, though.
Right, but we know how sports and sports management works. You know what I'm saying? Boston can put any spin they want on it of why they did the move that they moved, what they did. But you can't put a spin on it if you're talking about what they did in a positive or negative way, and it backfires on you.
But right now, Tatum he's the unquestioned leader now. He's the unquestioned alpha now on that team. So now, he can pretty much say what he want if he wanted to. I ain't saying he has to or anything like that, but he can say things and then, ain't gonna be too much blowback, maybe, I'm saying, but hey, I'm the man down here now.
The reason Tatum is, in my opinion, the reason why he's the unspoken leader of the team now is exactly because of who Brown is. Brown is he the kind of guy who speaks up. You know what I mean? And so that may have not, the team didn't want that. He had his own podcast and he had his own opinions and stuff like that. And so,
and that's what I was saying.
This guy, Tatum, is a safer bet.
Right. That's
right. And remember, they've been trying to trade him for the last 2, maybe 3 years. They've been talking about Brown leaving. To the point where as though they get rid of him for nothing.
See, and the thing is, with Brown and all this time that Brown has been on the trading blocks, and you had whispers about Brown being traded, he just been coming out and performing. You know what I mean? And so he's been
doing what he's supposed to do.
Right. So you still really don't look good getting rid of Brown. You know what I mean? Because of everything, and so they gotta really, in a way, try to destroy his image, because you got to have some type of legitimate reason for getting him out of town.
You got to try to justify it, right? You got to try to justify it, yeah.
And especially trading him for what you traded him for.
So look, right? Let's pivot. Let's go to another trade. I know Clayton might have some things to say about this as well, but Kawhi going back to Toronto. Kawhi before all this, Kawhi said it was only 2 teams he was signed an extension with. He said that was Toronto, both his former teams. That was Toronto and that was San Antonio. San Antonio supposedly came out and said, "No, we don't want him coming in, right? With this young nucleus we got, we don't want a veteran like that coming in." You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, he wound up going to Toronto. So, Clayton, I'm gonna ask you first, though. What do you think about that?
I mean, if it's report, I don't know. I can see San Antonio not necessarily wanting him back. I can see that.
Not necessarily that part. I'm just talking about going back to Toronto. Like, what you think of that?
Oh, yeah. Toronto was in the playoffs this year. They had a good winning record. They got a nice young core. They got RJ Barrett from New York. They got Likely up there. They got them guys up there. I just think it's going to give Toronto a shot now, especially in the East, because the East, they can compete. They already competed last year. So I think it's a good move for them to bring Kawhi back up there.
Yeah. That's a good move for Toronto.
It just depends, though. Like, how much do Kawhi have in the tank, though? That's all. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know,
he got plenty. I mean,
you think he did? How old is Kawhi?
I think Kawhi like 34, 35, ain't he?
Yeah.
Early,
I mean, you know,
early 30s, right?
I was thinking 34, 30. I think it's like mid 30s, but I don't know how old he is. But like you say, I mean, what type of extension you sign him to? 4 or 5 years?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I don't know either. You know.
Yeah. I mean, he had a productive season this year. He had a good season this year.
He had a very good
team didn't do well, huh?
He had a very good season this year.
Yeah, and you remember Toronto up and coming. They young. They got them young legs, young horses. I think it's a good move for them.
Yeah.
But I kind of knew the Spurs didn't want no parts of that deal.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
That young new they got over.
I'm saying, I guess Kawhi. I really wasn't. Well, he put it out there. You know what I mean? He didn't have to, but he put it out there and say, "Look, man, I'm only going to sign an extension with 2 teams." Because everybody was in the mix. Everybody was saying that that they would make a move for him, and he was like, "Look, man, I'm only extending in 2 places." And then San Antonio like, "Well, hey, don't look here." You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and trade him to Toronto." And I don't know. I don't know if maybe the Clippers they might get that sanction or whatever for circumventing the cap now since he's gone. I don't know what's gonna happen with all that, but you know what I'm saying. He was going.
Adam Silver said that investigation needs to be over. He said that before the trade and all that. It's over.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't nothing coming from that.
That's right. That's right. Clayton, if ain't nothing happened by now, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Ain't nothing coming from that.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna happen, man.
What are y'all talking about? The investigation into the Clippers?
Yeah.
Because you can't really take. I thought you really couldn't take Kawhi down without taking. You know what I mean? One of the richest men in the world down.
Right. That's what really Mike. They the ones should take the hit. It should be the organization. You know what I'm saying? It should be the organization. Right.
Yeah.
Y'all know I stand on that. Kawhi ain't do nothing wrong.
Man, they told him, man, you're gonna get $28 million from, you know what I'm saying, from the ice cream, the Paul. Give me my money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
That's how they sealed the deal with him.
That's
Paul George and that extra money.
That's right. I don't care how y'all give it to me. Give me my bread. I don't care. Let y'all figure out all that. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my bread. You can't get mad at Kawhi for that. Nah.
Hey, look, I wanted to because when we talking about the East. And we always forget about the Pacers, you know what I mean? Because the dude Halliburton was hurt last year, and I'm thinking he's gonna be back next year. So I think they're gonna be in the thick of things too, you know what I mean? But I forgot about them.
Halliburton got a lot of work to do. He didn't gain a lot of weight.
For real?
Yes, he was on. Yes, he was on Pat McAfee.
Really?
Space fat. He was talking about the weight he gained. That he got a lot of work to put in. I'm telling you.
He got that Achilles, so he can't be up on it. Yeah, that's
right.
That's why she died, because you can't really move.
Right. I mean, I think he's gonna put the work in.
Like I say, you can still eat right though.
Right.
Yeah, you can eat right. You're right. But he said it was something from the medications or something that made him gain that weight. That's what he said.
Get it off, man, because he's been pretty much the same size, his whole playing career. Yeah. Down. But like you said, you're gonna have to work to do it. You know,
you got to work. But they might be back in the mix. They got a great coach.
See, that's what I ain't 100% about that though. I don't know if that.
I know. One guy, you just completely fall off.
Right. And you know what I'm saying? Now, he was like heart and soul. Don't get me wrong. He was like heart and soul, but. And maybe they lost him. Maybe they went in a little bit of a tanking type thing too. You know what I'm saying? When they really wasn't trying, but I don't know. Hey, that team, Halliburton got a lot of work to do. That team do too, man, to get back where they formidable.
Yeah.
So do you guys think now that the East is actually catching the West, or you think now the East is surpassing the West?
No.
I think they probably catch them. I don't think they surpassed them though. I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, they're gaining, you know what I mean? They're gaining, but because all the moves really stayed east. Jalen Brown stayed east. Giannis stayed east. So, you know what I mean? It's just the teams they went to. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but the East won the finals this year, though.
Yep. I just think it's parity, man. I just think, man, across the league, man, you got some powerhouses in the West, you got some powerhouses in the East. And I just think it's going to come down to who's playing the best, tournament time, and all that good stuff. I think the NBA going to be really exciting next year.
I think so.
The man's point, the last 8 champions has been split right down the middle, 4-4.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, you make a good point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the last 8 champions, 4 have been from the East, 4 have been from the West.
Hey, K Hood said he think LeBron is going to be the one that tipped the scales.
Man, I'm going to say this. If LeBron goes to Golden State, I want to hear the media give him that same energy that they gave KD.
They won't.
Why? No. Why you think they need the same energy?
They won't.
KD went to Golden State when they lost in the finals.
Yeah.
Golden State didn't even make the playoffs this year, did they?
Right, but you talking about putting together a super team. If you get AD, you keeping Draymond, you got Steph, you got LeBron, you got old boy from Miami, all that. Nah, same energy.
AD ain't going away.
Yeah, but you got okay. if you combine age of that whole team, they like 420.
Man, listen. No.
That's
I don't care about that. I don't care about the age. Did you see those teams? Right. Did you see LeBron and Steph on Team USA? Like Steph and LeBron together. Listen, Steph is the greatest shooter. LeBron's still playing at a high level. I'm not trying to hear that age stuff. All I'm saying is he need to get the same energy. That's it.
Okay.
Because they be trying to put together a super team. Now, do I think they'll win it? Not necessarily, but they're trying to put together a super team.
Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you run point. Go ahead, man. Run it down, man. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. The only place they're a super team on is a video game. That's the only place they're a super team on is the video game. You got Steph Curry that's been out the last 2 years. You got LeBron that's 112. You got AD that can't play a full season if he goes there. And you got Draymond Green that all he does is beat people up. What super team is that?
And Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, 40.
And Jimmy Butler hasn't played 2 full seasons.
Okay.
And to me, that's not a super team. Now, like I said, they got great names on the team, but to win an NBA championship, you got to play basketball. Your name don't mean shit. You still got to put the ball in the basket.
10 years ago, that's a super team. 10 years ago, that's a super team.
Yes.
To this day, they still will be.
No, because age and attrition, man, will have to factor into that. They're not the same players they once were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what?
And then
they better.
And let's hold up, Blake. And then the team that KD went to was a different team that LeBron would be going to. That team he was going to was what, 73 and 9? And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so no, it ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Hey, listen. Those two guys, you say age and attrition, yeah, that might affect them physically, but they are actually better basketball players right now than they were 10 years ago.
Hold on. So you're trying to say LeBron James now is better than LeBron James 10 years ago?
No.
Yeah. Not physically, but yes.
I'm taking up for you, Clayton. Hey man, he's not saying that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
what I thought I heard.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying that. I'm saying that. You know why?
He's not saying that, man. He's not saying that.
Because the slower the game gets, the better you can manipulate things. Nah. Those two gentlemen are better now.
You ever heard? I seen what's the name said? Like, man, I'm in better shape now at 40 than I was at 20. You ever heard people say that?
Yeah, better shape.
Yeah, like I'm in better shape now, whatever. I see the game different, whatever. But you still can't affect the game like you did. See, LeBron is still putting up solid numbers. and Steph is as well. More so LeBron, he's putting up solid numbers, but he's not able to affect change in the game.
Well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. The Lakers went to the playoffs this year. They was down Austin Reeves. They was down Luka Doncic, and he affected the game, and he got them out the first round. Okay. I just disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Listen to me, brother. You talking about one series in the playoffs. I'm talking about as a whole, as an entire 82 game season. That wear and tear, that grind. LeBron is not able to affect the game that long. You know what I mean? 8 that he was able to do. Now the series, you'll see spurts. You'll see spurts where he can come over and he can take over in spurts and get the team over the hump. You know what I mean? Get them some victories and things like that. But as an entirety, like over the whole season, I don't think he's able to do that.
But you gotta. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say, to me, if you put that team together, the most important part of that team is going to be who you got on your bench. That's going to be the most important part of that team. Yeah. Because, all right, you know Steph can shoot the ball and everything. We know LeBron can put the ball in the basket. We know Davis can rebound and, you know, give you a nice little cushion in the middle and everything. The problem you're going to have with that team is what you're going to do when you substitute. That's going to be the issue with that team. Well, okay? Because if you're expecting LeBron to play 40 minutes a game, that ain't happening. If you expect Steph to play 40, it ain't right. If it doesn't, if he ain't gonna have to,
they're not gonna have to.
You're gonna have to have a deep bench.
Listen, if you put LeBron out there on that floor with Steph will average over 30 points a game, and he won't have to play a lot of minutes to do it because of LeBron's gravity, the attention he garners, his playmaking ability. Steph will be you ain't gonna double Steph no more. You'll be getting wide open shot. Man, I'm telling you, their offensive production will be off the chart.
Let me tell you that if I'm coaching against the Lakers, I ain't double teaming nobody. I'm gonna let these old people, right? I'm gonna let them run themselves out the box. Okay. Why would I double team LeBron?
You don't have to. You don't have to double team them. And then the thing is, like when your mental ability, your knowledge of the game, it increases, but you have to pair that with your physical ability. And so as a professional basketball player, around 28 years old is probably like around your physical peak, right? So that's around your physical peak. So everything after that just start to decline slowly, right? And so now you have LeBron James, what he like 40 something years old?
Yeah,
you know, I can think like 43, right? 43, something like that.
I don't care if LeBron James was if he was
all right.
You know, I don't care how intelligent he is. You know what I mean? Like he don't have the physical capacity to match or to balance off or to pull off what he need to do as a player. That's just like saying we'll be able to put somebody like Bill Gates out there. Bill Gates is very intelligent, and we can put him out there.
No, that's not saying that, Mike. Now that what Tom said to me last week, that's a Tommy Hearns reach. No, we're not saying that.
No, because
not at all. Not at all.
Hey, if it's all based on intelligence and not you don't have to
the game slows. The game slows down, man. Listen. Those guys know so much about the game, man, in terms of these younger guys. I'm just saying to you that let him go to Golden State and let's see what happens. I guarantee you guys, their offense will be off the hook. That's all I'm saying.
Right, because they're not playing no defense against anybody. Because all you guys, if I'm a young team, I'm running them out the gym. Yeah, I'm fast breaking all day.
I don't think so, man. That'd probably be fun to watch for a few games, but for that long haul, man, I think that's
all right. All right, well, let them go to Golden State, and I guarantee y'all later on next year we're gonna be having this conversation. It's gonna be totally different.
Right. But from what I hear, anyway, I don't think it's gonna happen because for one, Washington is not gonna give up off for Davis. LeBron won't go to.
They already said that. They said they can trade him. Yeah, they already said that.
Washington LeBron won't go to Golden State, huh?
You said Washington not giving up AD?
That's what they said.
Washington's not giving up. Yeah,
Okay.
And LeBron won't go to state unless AD's coming with him.
LeBron ain't
think it's
said nothing yet. LeBron hasn't said anything
No.
yet.
His his agent is saying it. His agent saying right now that the teams he's looking at right now is Cleveland and Miami. But he said 27 other teams has reached out to him for interest.
Yeah.
So pretty much the league is reaching out. But what LeBron is looking for right now is Cleveland and Miami.
But you know what? That comment right there, Mike, people act like AD moved the needle.
Yeah.
They do act like that to an extent, but I think it's fit. I just think it's fit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to AD, I think it's fit.
Yes.
But you know, sometimes they do talk about him, you know, like he Wilt Chamberlain or some shit. But
No, he's not.
right. I think it's fit. I think that's what it is.
When you put him alongside somebody like Draymond Green and all that talent, stuff like that, that's when it makes a huge difference.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I think the story ends better for LeBron James though if he go to Cleveland. You know what I mean? I think he go home. They give him the send off that you know that a lot of people think he deserved. You know, what is it? He do his retirement tour in Cleveland. I think because you know he don't have any connection to the Warriors. He don't he don't have any connections to like the Spurs, the Pistons, or anybody. Miami, you know, didn't Pat Riley retire Michael Jordan number down there? Yeah. So you know, I think Cleveland is.
The only thing he has with Miami is where he won his first championship at.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, Miami was still a winning team before he got there.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Mike, I think it would be more conducive for him to go back to Cleveland, finish the run. You got talent over there in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, see what you can do with that talent. Like you said, it's more fitting. It's better. The best way to end the story.
Yeah. Destroy colonialism says that no, Cleveland doesn't have enough pieces. If he goes back, it's going to be embarrassing for him. I mean, I don't really think that like wherever he go at his options, I don't think they're going to be like contenders anyway. You know, I don't think he's going to be a contender in Golden State. I don't think he's going to be a contender if he goes to Miami.
But Cleveland just lost in the conference finals this year, and they lost in the conference finals last year, didn't they?
Yeah,
I don't think that'd be no embarrassment going to Cleveland.
I
mean, Cleveland has talent. I mean, they got swept by the Knicks, but shit, they got talent. They keep going to conference finals.
And then you got to remember, this is a free agent move. Cleveland wouldn't have to give up nobody. It's a free agent move, right? So they wouldn't have to give up nobody.
Right, and that's a good key right there. They don't have to give up nobody to get them.
What New Deal, New Me says Miami. Let me see. Miami was not a winning team before he got there.
No, they had one. They
won.
They won. Somebody was going to say that. I knew somebody was going to say that.
With Shaq and Dwayne.
Dwayne Wade won.
Dwayne Wade, Shaq.
I think they talk about the season. I think they talk about the season he got there. The season he got there. But I knew somebody was going to say that. I knew somebody was going to say that.
No. The first season LeBron got there, remember they lost the first season.
No.
They lost the conference. I mean, NBA Finals.
I agree with that.
Man, listen, the season before LeBron got there, they hadn't won. They wasn't in the playoffs enough. So you know,
they stink.
That's what they talk about.
They definitely stink.
Yeah, they was a winning.
I think LeBron's holding out for a contender. He want one of these teams that's on the verge to reach out. I think that's what he wants.
I mean,
who you think would be a good fit though, Clayton? I mean, who you think would be a good fit for him?
That I can't call. it. I mean,
right.
I mean, some of these teams, like I'm not sure if I want to mess up my chemistry. Exactly. Some of these teams, I just want them to keep going and get over the hump. But I don't know.
If you look at it, like let's talk about like OKC. I don't think he'd be a good fit at OKC. I don't think he'd be a good fit at the Spurs. If you go east, the Knicks don't need him.
What about
so I wouldn't give them.
The Pistons, that might be a good spot for him.
But check us out, right? I don't think these Pistons are as close as some people may think, though. I don't think
you don't think so?
Because listen, K Cunningham, man, he's their only scorer, right? I don't want to bring LeBron in where he has to be, you know what I mean, relied on the score, even though he can. I don't want to have like LeBron. We need 18, 20, 22 points out you a night. I don't want that. I don't want where I have to rely on the 47-year-old to give me 18, 22 points a night. I don't think I want that.
Well, you put some mustard on his age, didn't you, Talk?
Yeah, no, just a little bit. Just a little
He
bit.
only 41. Listen, but he will make life easier for Cade.
Definitely he would. Definitely
Yeah.
he would.
Yeah, so I think Cade could be a lot more effective closing the show, closing the games out.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, but I just don't want. I want LeBron, man, to be my third option. I really do. Whatever team he goes to, I want him to be the third option. Even if he went back to Cleveland, he would still be behind Donovan Mitchell and what's his name? Until, like you say, until crunch time, things like that. Then you need a 35 bucket. Then, you know what I mean, he might be my number one option. But I can't even think of that. James Harden. James Harden and Spider will still be in front of him. You know what I'm saying? As far as depending on the score. You don't agree with that, Clay?
No, if you got James Harden as your number 2 over LeBron, you do.
No,
James Harden would not be my number 2 option if LeBron goes and inserts them into that lineup. Not at all.
All I'm saying is to score the ball. I'm not talking about IQ. I'm not talking about late game situations. I'm just talking about as a per score that I need to fill the basket. I would have Harden in front of LeBron.
No, because he comes up small in big moments.
There it is. See, that's what I'm talking about. When crucial times, then that's when LeBron takes.
Yeah, I don't want the ball in Harden hands down the stretch, stuff like that.
No, never that. No, never that. But
now, how many points did James Harden average this season?
I don't know.
Because I think LeBron averaged over 20, right?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. But
man.
I think LeBron thrived in that third option role with the Lakers this past season until Luka and what's the name got hurt. I think LeBron thrived in that role.
Yeah. Well, somebody said every team he went to was trash before he got there, but they got to keep in mind that Miami put together an all-star team when they brought him there. So it's not like he went to a sorry team and lifted them up. They assembled like Voltron and made Miami good. So I can't give him that.
Look at my man Clayton with the reference like Voltron. My man,
I can't give LeBron that lifting a trash team. I can't give him
that. Take that into my everyday vernacular now.
And even going to LA, they brought AD with them. So I can't give it all to him. But I will give him that first Cleveland finals he took them to. I'll give him that one.
Well, I mean, they construct all that, because Kyrie and was bought there too.
Right, when he went to Cleveland. Right.
So.
Yep. No, I meant the first time he went to the finals with Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Before he went to Miami, when he lost to the Spurs.
He strapped that team on his back.
He did. I give him credit for that.
Yeah, he strapped that team on his back.
They extended all the way to the finals like Voltron.
Yeah. He did good. He did good that year. That year, I was impressed with him.
Yeah. But it's gonna be interesting, man. But like man say, maybe wherever he goes, he might swing the pendulum maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Hammer says, what happened to the 10 or 12 teams that were interested in signing LeBron? Where they go at? Why Rich Paul doing the whiteboard presentation? Hey, Rich Paul, man.
He was lying. There wasn't no 10, 12 teams. He was lying.
Yeah. And he running around here doing presentations with crayons and etch a sketch.
Yeah, did y'all see that?
I'm like, man, is this how you represent a dude that's worth over $1 billion? You got some crayons and pointing at a piece of. I'm like, man, this dude is wild, man.
Yeah, he got them from my granddaughter. He got them from my granddaughter to use.
Yeah, some crayons and etch a sketch, man. This dude.
I think it might have been 12 teams. It may have been 12 teams just to You know what I mean? And quiet. It's just like, man, what LeBron thinking? You know what I mean? What you think he want to do? And after he tell him what LeBron, you know what I mean, he partial to ABC. The other team's like, oh, ain't no point in me. You know what I mean? We got to just make some different moves and look some different ways. You know, people, teams probably asked, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that means that everybody was, 100% in on trying to get him and making offers and things like that.
How you guys feel about the statement being made that the Lakers, they ain't gonna be able to compete with a championship with white stars?
Oh, I absolutely agree with that.
You do?
Oh, 100%.
I don't know.
I like
Luka. Especially when your stars don't play defense. 100%.
Well, Luka don't.
I like Reeves, but I don't know nothing about this other guy.
How about this center? I don't know nothing about him.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about him.
Who they sent?
Where they get him from, Mike?
I don't know.
He come off a good team. He a big guy.
They
don't know.
They calling the Lakers now the Snowtime
Lakers. The Snowtime Lakers, yeah. You know what's interesting about this? It's almost like Boston and the Lakers swap now. Because Boston used to be led with white stars.
Yeah,
and the Lakers was fast. Now, it's almost flopped.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know enough about this center that they got. Reeves and Luka already been to the finals. You know what I mean?
Yes, he has.
So
yes, he has. So
yeah, man, that's funny. I want to ask the chat. I want to ask y'all and the chat about this kid switch over to boxing. What's the kid name? Abdullah Mason fought Albert Bell yesterday, man. And if y'all in the chat, if y'all got a chance to see that fight, I've been watching this kid Abdullah Mason, right? And on just following some of the clips from some of his fights on Facebook. I like him. I like this kid Abdullah Mason, man. This kid.
Where did he play that, right? What division he in?
I think he let me see. He lightweight. He lightweight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can get his weight.
I'm not familiar with him. I'm not familiar.
He nice, man. This fight that he had last night, it was a good fight, him and Bell. He came back. My man Hammer say he down with him. So yeah, he came back, man, and in the last round, he came back in the last the last round and won that fight, man.
Yeah.
That was
I don't know. Yeah, they say he might have been ahead in the 12th. I don't know. I think Mason walked him down by the time the 12th round got around, but they say he might have been down, but
Mason, the dude Abdullah Mason weighed 135 and Albert Bell weighed 134.9. So what weight class is that? That's lightweight?
Yeah, because that's under 140. Yeah, that's under right. I think 140 is junior welter, so that you below that. So that might be like a lightweight, something like that.
Yeah, man. They was both under 140, but and Hammer said he didn't like the stoppage of the fight, right? I didn't like the stoppage. You know what I mean? So, what y'all think about the stoppage of the fight, though?
Yeah. It was too soon. It was just too soon, man.
You thought it was? I thought man. I was thinking that, right? I was thinking like, I don't like him stopping the fight right here, but I just thought that dude Bell might have got hurt, man, if that ref had to let that fight go like that.
Listen, them guys were doing the battle. They was battling on the whole fight. You got to let them go out like a champ. I just think it was just a tad bit too quick. Now, if you let him get back up and then Mason come in and get him in trouble again, then you step in.
Yeah.
Then you step in. Yeah.
I didn't. Is this true? Let me see. Abdullah took this fight on 10-day notice.
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's even more impressive because I thought, you know what I mean? If you have more time to train and scout somebody,
what's impressive about Mason was those guys spar, like Hammer said, they spar together all the time. So he came into the fight showing this guy different looks, stuff that didn't show up in the sparring sessions and on film. So not only is he a great fighter, he also made great adjustments, and his IQ is high.
Yeah. So Hammer said, let him go out on a shield, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I said, if he would have got back in trouble after he let him back in, then I step in. But that was just way too soon.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that at first. What you think, man? Did you get to watch that fight?
I didn't, and I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. My cable went out last night because of the storm.
Yeah.
So all my shit went out last night. But I heard it was a good fight, though.
It was a good
fight.
I think we lost, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though. That's what boxing needs. Boxing needs a lot more good fights, man. They need a lot more good fights.
And this Mason kid got two brothers. He got two little brothers that fight too.
Mm.
So they yeah, man.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you think the sport of boxing is coming back now?
I think so. I mean, just because I don't know if I'm a good judge of it, but I'm seeing some dudes that's catching my interest, and this kid Mason is one of them. You know what I mean? So I think if boxing come back, boxing always, in my opinion, is bigger than what's that? Like the mixed martial arts. You know, to me, I think you can't replace boxing with, you know what I mean? Because I just, it's catching my interest. To me, it's coming back. Let me see. What do y'all think about the excessive holding Bell was doing? Yeah, he was doing a lot of holding, but I think he was just trying to hold on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was holding them hands back. Yeah,
like, this kid, man, he was just trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Happy holidays to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He was just trying to hold on. I thought,
shit, he had to do something.
Yeah, he couldn't hold on no longer though. The ref stopped that fight, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some young boxers coming up though.
Yeah, they do. But I still don't know if it's making a comeback yet, because it's just not enough hysteria around. You still need that one guy that's got so much charisma.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That, you know, and when he fight other people, you see other people and stuff like that. I just don't know yet. Yeah. I'm glad it was on. Wasn't it on TNT last night?
No, it's something on Danza or something like that.
But I thought it was also a TNT broadcast.
Well, I don't know if it. I don't know. I was looking for it on some.
I will say it's this other kid coming out. He's starting to rise. His name is Evans.
Mm-hmm.
What's his first name? D'Angelo Evans.
Oh yeah.
This kid fight like Tyson, man. He looked like Tyson a little bit.
Oh, I did see him. I saw him,
man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Watch out for him. Yes.
I thought that was Mike Tyson's son at first.
Man, he looked like
he looked just that much. Yeah, he looked. But I think it might not be one guy though, Clayton, that, you know what I mean? I think it's like a crop, like a whole bunch of different little young guys that's coming into the sport. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, that might be able to revive boxing.
Yeah, I mean, for the boxing purists, they loving it right now, I believe. But it's just like those casual fans are like, they're not so nuanced, they're not so technical, so they need to see something like Tyson knocking everybody. They need to see something like that to really bring in the masses. You know, that's just my opinion.
Somebody that's like so dominant like that.
Yeah, charismatic. You know, like, I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Bring back Don King.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was on
TNT. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good for the sport.
I had no idea, man. I was all over the place looking for it, and then they look at TNT. Then they, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. What else y'all got on the docket for the day, man? We talked about Jaylen Brown, LeBron, where he gonna go at, Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell. know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what other
I don't know,
trades?
man. Hey, preseason football about to ramp up, man.
Hey,
I'm
what's
excited for
going
this
on?
football year.
Hey, man, what's going on though with Shador Sanders over there in Cleveland? Like, what's the latest on him?
He got a fighting chance.
You don't think he do?
No, I mean he does. And a lot of spectators saying that they got to give it to Deshaun Watson to play. They got to, but there's some other people saying as they going through these mini camps and stuff, you know, he's actually Sanders is actually looking pretty good.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's a gimme. I really don't.
No.
And I don't think it should be a gimme.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Shador right now. Last year, I just watched him. I don't know, but you paying Deshaun too much money. If he can give you 80% of what he used to be, you in good shape. You know, so yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. To me, he comes out the season starting.
Yeah.
You know, but
see,
what
the thing about I'm going to say I don't think the Cleveland organization wants to win this year anyway. When you give up Myles Garrett, you know what I'm saying? You're not looking to win. When you give up your best player on your team, you are not looking to win right away. So I just think it's a fact of, you know, maybe Deshaun just starts because he has to, but Shador may be the future.
No, I think they gave up Myles Garrett to get draft picks so they can draft their future quarterback.
Oh. Hey, that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about it that way. They don't carry none of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think that's what it's about. Get through this year. You got them draft picks. You're going to go get your quarterback.
Yeah.
We'll take another bite at the apple. Yeah.
That's a good
strategy. Real quick though, Mike, did you guys see Darren Peterson debut in the summer league?
No.
Last night.
They got some cats over there in the summer league I want to check out. And him being one of them.
That dude too good. I wouldn't even play him no more.
Yeah.
I would not play him no more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I would sit him down rest of the summer league. Yes.
Nah, don't do that. I ain't seen him yet. Don't do that. Hey,
you sound selfish, Mike. You sound selfish right now.
He look like the real deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He don't even belong out there with them guys.
Yeah.
Yes, he too good. He too good, man. Yeah. Yep. He came out here 20 minutes last night.
Let me ask you guys a question. Why don't the NBA teams put their rookies and stuff in the summer league? What's the real deal with the summer league?
I just like slowly introduce them to like that NBA lifestyle, the NBA, you know what I mean, and see how they look against higher quality competition, dudes who hungry trying to make it to the league, you know.
So what's the difference between the summer league and the G League?
G League is more of a developmental thing. The summer league is more so,
like
for rookies and newcomers. Yeah,
getting ready, preparing them for that next level.
Yep. So the G League.
So does veterans play in the summer league?
No.
Okay.
Not that often, I don't think.
No.
I'm trying to think though. Did anybody play in the summer league? Because I remember.
Everybody goes through the summer league.
Huh? They go and watch. Yeah, they go and watch. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, man, he had a great debut last night.
Man, I gotta go.
He was dunking lefts, rights, threes, whatever, mid range, whatever, man.
And he's not a big guard either, right? So,
is that the kid that didn't miss a shot last night? Is that the kid you're talking about?
I don't know if he missed a shot. But
there was some kid that played in the summer league in his debut didn't miss a shot. He went like 6 for 6 or something like that.
I don't know if he missed a shot. I just know he dropped like 28. Yeah. Somebody asking about Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna give you the quick. Earlier in the show, we did we played some audio from Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd says that Jaylen Brown has a disease, and the disease is that he once he got his money, he think he's smart and he think he knows everything. So they characterize it as a disease, right? So it's good content from on our part. Go back to the beginning of the show and just watch, and listen to, the broadcast, man. So, you'll be up on what was said. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we're not saying he got a disease at all.
No. But Colin Cowherd characterized him as having the disease.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I came on late today. I had to go put some tires on the truck, and they took longer than what I thought they were going to take. So,
okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, hopefully we're talking about, America, advancing. And
they play Monday, right?
Yep. They play Monday night in what they consider the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe they will. Yeah.
Yeah. Colin Cowherd, man, is a clown in my opinion, and Jaylen Brown, man, that's a very intelligent dude for real.
Yes.
Very intelligent.
Yes.
So I mean, you kind of if you Colin Cowherd, and you trying to say, you kind of destroy something or take away from your credibility. You know what I mean? When you're not really honest about the situation. So that's my opinion.
And he basing it on somebody else's opinion of Jaylen. That's what's crazy.
Right.
And you're gonna come on live air and say that. And then it wasn't even from your lips, talking about somebody in the organization said it. That's just somebody's opinion, man. It's crazy. Ain't nothing factual about that. Crazy. But yeah, man.
Sorry, I was late to the show today.
That's all good.
It's all good. I was late too. You wasn't the only one late.
Y'all stay cool, man. Enjoy the rest of this day, this weekend. I feel a nap coming on for me. Peace and blessings, my man.
Yeah, no doubt. Terrence Davenport, everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. And we're gonna check y'all out next Sunday at 11 a.m. Peace.